Hello everybody, RagtagSacV here. Welcome to the next episode. In the last episode, we explored around the monastery after finding out our next mission will be to get back a relic called the Lance of Ruin. And so now, let's mostly do supports in this episode, and I'll get back to speaking to you after all the supports.
We've come such a long way. After all, I was only 4 years old when we first met.
From your perfect memory, Lady Edelgard, I expect nothing short of the utmost precision. Do go on.
Please don't mock me with such frivolous praise. I can hardly recall that day.
Forgive me. I suppose I must have been 6 at the time. I have no recollection of it. My earliest memory of you is of when you were injured. I recall being scolded most sternly by my father. "You are Lady Edelgard's servant," he said. "You must protect her with your life."
I had no idea. But House Vestra has served House Hresvelg for generations. Given that, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised.
Indeed. After that, I made certain to accompany you wherever you went. That is, until the incident.
Ah, when my uncle, Lord Arundel, defected to the kingdom and took me with him.
The sensation of loss that overcame me on that day defies all description. It was as horrific as if I'd lost all my limbs. I left the city in a mad rush to rescue you. My father sent soldiers to capture me. I fought them off for 3 days, but they did finally manage it. Of course, I was only 10. I never would have reached Ferdiad.
I've never heard that story before. So there are things you've never told me.
It wasn't important.
That's beside the point. I wish to know these things. If there's anything else you're keeping from me, please tell me at once.
Respectfully, I decline.
Why? It's a simple order. I really must know.
Speaking of your orders, there was a task you gave me earlier which I have yet to carry out. Excuse me.
Wait just a moment. I just hope he's not hiding anything too worrisome. Linhard, at least try to do some training. Use a staff, or a rod, or a broom for all I care.
My apologies, but I cannot train right now. I have plans for later and don't wish to tire myself. Caspar invited me to train with him, you see.
You slept through the whole debate, didn't you? Fine, I'll summarize it for you.
Not the whole debate. I closed my eyes only after I knew what reading would cover the topic.
There you are. Don't tell me you were sneaking out to do some training.
Of course not. I was sneaking out to avoid you. How did you find me this time?
A mere coincidence. Why would you wish to hide from me?
Because you're an awful nuisance? Why do you pester me so?
To ensure that your talent is not wasted due to your lack of...
It's none of your business how I spend my time or how I use my talent. Have you assumed the role of my mother? You overplay the part. She was only half as overbearing.
What is the matter with you? As house leader, I'm trying to prevent you from causing trouble for yourself and our classmates.
Fine, I'll try harder. Really. I'm sure you see all this as my interfering with your duty as a leader. Have you considered how it feels for those of us who serve below you? You are a serious pain, you know.
How so?
You're like a mother who insists on accompanying her son to his own knighting ceremony.
That's taking it a bit far, don't you think?
No, I'd say that it's putting it lightly. All your interfering is greatly hindering my research.
I see. Very well. You've made your perspective perfectly clear. Caspar, I've been wondering something. Would you be happier if you were the heir to House Burgleys?
Of course!
My brother probably wouldn't be too happy about it, though. I've got nothing against him, and I'd hate to cause him trouble, so I guess it wouldn't make me very happy at all.
You may not want to hear this, but your brother is not a good man. He's lazy and greedy, and has always relied on the knowledge that he would inherit a title. That's my impression of him, anyway.
You don't hold anything back, do you? But to be honest, you're not too far off. He's got good reason for it, though. Our grandfather was really obsessed with his second wife. She has a son who she really wanted to become the heir. In the end, though, my grandfather had to step down sooner than expected, so everything went to my father instead. My brother is still really worried about having his future taken from him.
That's the price of taking your own desires into account when choosing an heir. The concept of nobility is decaying, and it's dragging the Empire into the ground with it.
Wow, this conversation is really going there. You may be right, but it's not like the world is ever going to change, right?
It must. I intend to create a world where the best are free to rise to the top and succeed, regardless of their bloodline. The nobility as it is now could not exist in a world like that. I'll make sure of it.
What do you think would happen to me in that kind of world? Would you appoint me as a general or minister of military affairs?
If you were the best suited for that position, I would.
Right, so my life would pretty much stay the same. I'd still have to train, get stronger, and use my abilities to cut my own path. I don't know what I'm gonna do after we graduate. I guess I'll just have to fight for you.
Is that so?
At the base, the front lines, or wherever we might be fighting, I'll be there with all my might. Ah!
Bernadetta.
Lady Edelgard, what can I do for you?
I appreciate all the effort you're making to overcome your fear of me. Your dedication is commendable. However,
I'm just getting in your way, aren't I? Knew it, Bernie. You're just an intruder. Nobody wants you around. Stupid. Oh.
Bernadetta.
Yes?
The problem you keep running into is that you don't listen to what people are really saying. That's why your efforts are in vain. You need to listen instead of jumping to your own conclusions. Are you listening to me?
Yes?
Then why aren't you responding?
I wanted to listen until you were finished. Sorry, were you finished then?
I was.
Then may I please scream now?
By all means. But please try to make it a fairly quiet one.
Just a tiny one? Wait. What was I upset about again? That's weird. I forgot why I was about to scream, and now I don't even need to. What a nice feeling.
You're trying your best. I know that. But even so...
But what? What did I do this time? I'm so sorry. Whatever it is. I'll go to my room and never bother you again.
Wait, you didn't let me finish. I was only going to say that... You're in high spirits today, Dorothea.
Yes. I have met someone quite charming recently. I'm hoping we can spend more time together soon.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I wish I had some advice to offer. Alas, I do not.
Don't worry too much about it, Adie. I'd guess romance isn't really something you're interested in anyway.
I'm not completely disinterested.
Oh yeah? Is there someone you have your eye on?
To be honest, there's nothing resembling romance in my life at present. It's not that I'm disinterested. I'm simply too busy with other endeavors. I have no time to spare for such things.
That's not surprising. You're not just any old noble, after all. Anyone who has feelings for you, well, they're in for a pretty complicated life.
True. And I can't ignore the possibility that I may have to marry for political purposes. I doubt I'll ever have the opportunity for a passionate romance as long as I live.
That's no way to talk. You meet the right person and boom, you have passion to spare. Could be someone you've just met or someone you've known your whole life. There's no telling how life will go. Something could even spark between the two of us.
You and I? Now that is an entertaining thought. If such an exciting future is in store, I look forward to it.
Oh yeah? That's awfully sweet of you, Adie.
I can't believe it. How can I show my face to Lady Edelgard after this?
That's what you get, Hubert. If you rested like me, you wouldn't collapse from exhaustion.
As much as it pains me to say it, you're right. But to be looked after by you of all people, that might be the worst part of this. I don't know how to feel, to be honest. So for now, let's pretend I thanked you.
Oh, come now. Even I wouldn't abandon someone who collapsed.
You would have in a heartbeat if anyone else had been around.
Ah yes, quite accurate, Hubert. Why would I ever bother to be a decent person if there were anyone else I could foist the duty upon? If your situation turned bad, it would have been an absolute hassle. I could never just leave you there.
If that were the sort of man you truly were, we could never be friends.
But if we weren't friends, I probably would have just left you.
Shame you're so reluctant to do any real work. You're actually pretty good at this. Made sure I was comfortable, checked carefully for injuries, even carried me here yourself. If only you'd apply that knowledge of yours so proactively and thoroughly all the time, you'd be a tremendous asset to the Empire.
There you go again. I see no problem with staying just the way I am. But think of it this way. In an anthill, 20% of the ants are asleep at any given time. And it's not because they're lazy. Far from it. When the working ants become tired, they go to sleep and the others wake up. That's me. I'm the ant who rests so I can work later when other people are tired.
Maybe that's true. But even if it is, it's still just a fancy way to say you let others do all the work. Consider me unconvinced.
I'll consider you a bother and leave it at that. You and Edelgard work far too hard. I mean it. Take a break now and then. If you both collapsed, I think it'd be too much effort for me to bother with. Get some rest, Hubert. Not as much as me, of course.
Fine.
Hubert?
Yes?
I wanted to thank you for the other day. You know, when I fainted. Thank you for carrying me back to my room.
That was nothing. It saved me effort in the long run. Leaving you there would have just caused even more trouble.
I guess that's true. Well, thanks. There, I said it, and now I'm going.
Is this why you've been circling me like a vulture for the last several hours?
Vulture's a bit... well, yes.
Yet you would have fled if I'd approached. It seems you will avoid me at almost any cost.
Well, that's...
You don't need to say it. I know. I'm frightening. I'm told so often.
Please don't laugh like that!
Apologies. I will be mindful not to laugh in your presence from now on.
The grin of death itself! Terrifying!
You think so?
Oh no, now you're angry too!
Hardly. I'm sorry to have frightened you.
No, you're not! It's a trick! You're lulling me into a false sense of security! Ah, I can't stand it!
She's a lost cause.
Hey there, Hubie. I've been thinking about our conversation the other day, and I've just got to know, do you really love Adie?
If it's one or the other, I suppose it would be closer to love than to hate. Why?
I knew it! That's why you work so hard for Adie. Oh, Hubie, I finally get you. You're just another servant suffering from unrequited love for their mistress.
You completely misunderstand. Unrequited love. Do I really look like the kind of drooling simpleton to have that kind of motivation?
I'd like to say yes, but I know you just argue. Fine, Hubie. Tell me your situation.
My situation is simple. I am walking a path.
Oh, do go on.
Everyone has a path in life. Lady Edelgard has shown me mine. It is just beside her own. So we walk together side by side. We stride ever forward, yielding to nothing and to no one.
So, you're sharing the same dream?
Bluntly, yes. But it's more than just a shared dream. I have many feelings toward Lady Edelgard. Gratitude, respect, awe, empathy, trust, hope.
Okay. I was teasing you, but I gotta say I'm just a little bit jealous of you and Adie. That you're able to embrace these feelings and stride forward along the same path. You're lucky, Hubie. I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to experience anything so utterly operatic.
Why not?
Because I figure the best quality in a partner would be that they make me happy. And loving another is really about wanting to be loved. I'm pretty sure that's different from how things are with you and Adie.
Looking out toward Bridget, are you?
Yes. There are some times I cannot stop my thoughts from going home. It will be much time before I return. Bridget feels far away.
It is quite a long way. To say nothing of the sea that lies between here and there. Being unable to return must further add to the distance in your mind.
It is as you say. When I return to Bridget, I will be the new queen. I am wishing to help relations with the Empire.
I believe you will be successful. You may not be Lady Edelgard's equal, but you are resourceful enough to make an excellent queen. And unlike Lady Edelgard, you will not be forced to harden your heart.
Not Edelgard's equal. Is that what you are saying?
Understand that I mean no disrespect by this. But it is a fact that you are far beneath her. Make no mistake about what would happen if you were to raise your banner in revolt against her. She would crush you mercilessly.
That is not a difference of equality. It is a difference of power.
Even if our homelands were on equal footing, Lady Edelgard would still prevail.
I can see with clarity the difference between me and Lady Edelgard. But that has no matter. I would never lose.
How amusing. For your sake, you had better hope you are right.
Linhardt, there you are.
Observant as ever, Ferdinand. What can I help you with?
You have been utilizing clever tricks to give me the slip. But not today. Prepare yourself. A noble cannot escape from his duty. Hold these words in your heart.
It seems you really mean it this time. I suppose I have no choice but to outmatch you.
Finally, a little enthusiasm. You are bravely stepping upon the path of nobility. Let us begin!
Come now, Ferdinand. Don't be foolish. I can't possibly train with you. I have places to be.
Wait! I will not allow you to get away!
I can't run anymore.
Just admit defeat.
Can't we? Just a minute. Ferdinand, let me catch my breath.
Well, maybe just for a moment. I could use a rest myself. I am surprised you could run so far. I had assumed that all that lounging around would have dulled your constitution, but I had a difficult time keeping up.
The fear of having to exert myself really helped. You're none too slow yourself. It's been a while since I ran like that. It actually feels pretty good.
It does it not? Well, how about we say that thrilling chase was your training for the day? If you will excuse me, I am going to run even more, so I can catch you next time.
After all the running you already did, that's our Ferdinand. You always give everything your all, don't you?
And what is wrong with that?
Nothing whatsoever, Ferdinand. I mean that.
Caspar, I have been waiting.
Ferdinand. Waiting for what?
I am going to give you a lesson on the righteous path of the noble.
Righteous path? What? You have a problem with my path now? You think you're more righteous than me?
That remains to be seen. I heard you stopped a robbery in town the other day. Some despicable thief who was robbing an elderly shopkeeper. Rumor has it you didn't wreak as much havoc as usual.
Hey now, I think you're underestimating me here. When the thief showed up, the old shopkeeper was so scared that he could barely stand. I didn't want the guy to pass out, so I had to stay calm while handling the situation. Rather than fighting, I gave my own money to the thief and told him to get out of there. Or else.
How, magnanimous of you.
The thief fell for it and left the shop. That's when I chased him down. I got my money back and gave that thief a good beating. He won't be back here anytime soon.
Ah, so you walloped the scoundrel. That does sound like you. I am finding this story more plausible. Nevertheless, I think...
Hold on. Now it's your turn. I heard a very interesting story about you recently.
My turn, eh? Let's hear this story then.
The way I heard it, you punched a foreign soldier right in the middle of town.
Stop. I know what you are getting at. But you have the wrong idea.
Let's hear your version then.
I had been browsing for weapons at a rundown stall. Suddenly, a man seized the stall's owner and started dragging him away. Someone with a less generous spirit might say the peddler had it coming. His wares were quite inferior after all. But without a moment's hesitation, I leapt to his aid and soundly defeated the goon.
Well done. Sounds exciting.
It was nothing, really. Anyway, the old shopkeeper let me in on the details. He said that he was a novice trader, tricked by a noble into selling low-quality goods. That ruse was about to come to light, so the noble had sent a mercenary to keep the shopkeeper silent.
So that's what really happened. I just heard you snapped and attacked some noble servant. I figured it was worth asking about.
Well, I won't deny it. I forgot my rank for a moment and let my instincts take over.
Is there something wrong with that? It sounds a little like something I would do.
And your, gentle approach to handling that robbery. That sounds like something I might do. You were not overcome by your impulses. You kept a cool head, for the most part.
I think we're starting to rub off on each other. Always looking for a way to defend justice and to lift each other up.
Partners in justice, eh? Well now, that I can agree to. Bernadetta? if you have a moment, I would like to discuss what happened before.
My nemesis! The hour of fate arrives. Help!
I am not here to hurt you. You need not even open the door. Just listen to me.
I don't have to open the door? Is this a truce? Okay. I like truces.
Thank you. I would like to apologize for sticking my nose into your business the way I did. I thought you might be unhappy all cooped up in there, and that maybe I could help. But I've had time to reflect on what you said, and I realize I was mistaken.
Oh, thanks for caring, but I'm fine actually.
I see that. I suppose that is what I'm trying to say. I should not have pushed you to do something that you did not wish to do. And for me to frighten you like that? That was unbecoming conduct for a noble.
Maybe a little bit.
Frankly, I am embarrassed by my behavior. I disgraced myself. As for my injury, you need not feel guilty or afraid. The sprain was a result of my own thoughtlessness, not anything you did. I have always strived to be a good person, but I suppose all that striving was for nothing. I have failed in my duty as a noble.
Ferdinand?
Yes, Bernadetta?
I don't really know much about this sort of thing, but you shouldn't say things like that about yourself. It wasn't all your fault, you know. I'm to blame too. I hurt you, and I'm sorry.
Really, it is fine. It healed quickly.
And it wasn't for nothing either.
I am not so sure.
I do like my time alone. Actually, it's more of a need. But you're right. I also need to venture out every once in a while. Maybe if I work as hard as you do, I can try it a little more.
Yes, keep working at it. You are already much more outgoing than you used to be.
When I mess up, or even when it's just a bad day, it's hard for me to step outside. I'm too scared. But the next day, I try again, because I know that one mistake doesn't ruin everything. So you're still... I mean, just because you... That doesn't mean... I don't know how to put it, but that's how it is. So, the end.
What a graceful end to the conversation.
Hey! Come on, that was serious! At least I got you to laugh.
Taking care of some weapon maintenance, Petra? You seem completely absorbed.
Yes, taking care of the weapons has great importance.
I cannot argue with that. That weapon there, is it from Brigid?
No, it is a weapon of Dagda. But the people of Brigid used them often.
Fascinating. I have read about the weapons of Dagda, but this is my first time seeing one in person.
Lots of weapons and fighting techniques came from Dagda to Brigid.
Ah, so Dagda to the west had a big influence on the Brigid archipelago. I am fascinated by foreign fighting techniques. Would you consider teaching me sometime?
I will. But it is difficult to explain fighting with words. We can try sparring, maybe?
Yes, a practical demonstration. I would be quite grateful.
Let's have our beginning then.
Perhaps we should stop there.
Oh? Do you think you have understanding of the fighting techniques from Dagda?
Yes, now that I have experienced it firsthand. I used to look down on foreign fighting styles, but I was clearly remiss. The footwork, the nimble way you shift your weight is extraordinary. I will have to remember those moves for the next time I am in battle. Clearly, you have honed your skills through practice. Your fist felt as sharp as a spear.
Brigid is stuck in between Dagda and Fódlan. It is of much importance to hone our fighting techniques. I am of the royal family, but I am a warrior before that. I must fight to live and to protect my home.
When the alliances of Bridget and Dagda encroached on the Empire, they were always driven back. But perhaps the Empire's victory was due to geographic advantage or divine intervention, rather than military superiority. Having met you, that is what I think. I cannot help but feel a little disgraced. I held foreign fighting styles in such low regard without ever seeing them for myself.
When I came to Fódlan, I felt disgraced for many things that I learned. But there is no disgrace in losing ignorance. We need to be learning and growing with each other, always.
Yes, by working together we can make progress. And both sides need to look ahead to the future.
Why am I having so much trouble fighting these tall guys? They're not even stronger than me. You've got to help me come up with a strategy, Linhardt.
Is that not a waste of time? Even if I handed you a perfect strategy, something I've done in the past, you'd never follow it through.
But that's because your plans are always so complicated. But come on, I need your help.
All right, I will share with you my tactical genius. I call this my secret plan.
You already have a plan? You really are ready for anything. So, what is it?
Land the first hit. Then keep hitting them hard and fast as you can until they stop hitting you back.
So, you're basically telling me to just fight?
Dodge their attacks, keep up the assault, then go for the knees. Done.
The secret is the knees?
Being tall means short people are closer to your knees. Exploit the enemy's weakness, Caspar.
Makes sense. That doesn't sound like my style, though. I don't really want to exploit a weakness.
Then go ahead and continue losing. Or you can listen to the rest of my plan.
There's more? Fine. Tell me the rest.
Your defense is careless. The last bit of my secret is that you need to train in that area.
I won't argue with training. Let's go!
No, I don't think we should...
Come on! You've even got that height advantage you're always going on about. You're the perfect training partner for me. Quit stalling and let's go.
Fine, I'll train with you, but only for a bit.
All right, Linhardt. Come at me again.
Caspar, please. I need water. I need water. I'm gotta go get some. Bye.
Huh? Hey, get back here. He got away.
How did you know Dorothea was an orphan?
I hear she buttered up some noble and he enrolled her in the academy.
Does someone like that even belong here?
I suggest ignoring them.
Lynn, don't scare me like that.
You seem less scared than surprised, but that's quibbling, I suppose. As for those two gossips, unimportant. I suggest forgetting all about them and their petty words. Join me for a meal. I've been the target of a lot of gossip, and eating generally makes me feel better.
Don't pretend we're the same. If I could brush it off so easily, I would.
It doesn't seem particularly difficult. Where's the problem? Is this about your pride?
No, not even a little bit.
What then?
Lynn, please just go away. I want to be alone right now.
That's fine. But your life is your own business. It's not something that can be affected by the petty words of a stranger. Sorry. I kept talking, didn't I? I'll stop now.
Please do.
Linhardt, I have been waiting for much time. Please, watch me.
Watch what, Petra? Whoa! Hey, careful with that spear!
How did you find that? I did more training.
Ah, you took my advice then. I will say the problematic maneuver seems improved at least.
At least? It is still no good?
The spear isn't really my area of expertise, but I've seen enough training to understand the mechanics. I believe I can use that understanding to further help you improve your spear work.
My spear work.
Right. As I said, when you lift up and stab down, the momentum is ruined. You're trying to swing like a giant. You're not a giant, so that's a problem. So allow the spear's own momentum to do more of the hard work for you.
Spear momentum.
The spear is heavy. When you lift it up high, loosen your grip a little.
At the top of my swing, loosen my grip. And then the weight will carry it down?
Precisely. When you put too much power into it, not only do you exhaust your grip, you tire yourself out. Got it? All that effort is taking its toll on me.
You are very clever. I wonder why you have hatred for training.
Because training is too much like fighting, and I'd really rather not fight. Also, I find training terribly dull. Anyway, good night.
He does not use his cleverness. It is a very big waste. I want you to use your power, Linhart.
Hi.
Well, well, if it isn't Bernadetta, what brings you here?
Am I bothering you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'll come back another time.
Well, don't leave yet, you just got here. Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Yes. Do you remember that time in town?
In town? Oh, you mean when all those thieves showed up? Whew, that was rough. I heard a bunch of people got robbed.
No, not that. I mean the time I was carried off.
Some thieves tried to carry you off? Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Just tell me which way they went. I'm gonna...
That's not what I mean. Oh, just forget it.
Wait, don't go. What are you trying to ask me?
Will you really listen this time?
Of course. Sorry. You have my full attention.
Do you remember when you carried me to that spot with a really pretty view? Where is that place? I've been looking all over.
The place I took you with the view. Oh, right. Okay, first you go out of the monastery, and actually it's kind of tricky to explain. Come on, I'll just take you there again, but pay attention this time.
Huh? Wait, what are you? No, not again! Ah, stop! Put me
Hey, Dorothea, something's been bothering me. I kind of feel like you act more casually around me than you do with other people.
Casually? I don't know what you mean.
I just feel like you're always asking me to do things that might make other people uncomfortable. Like when you asked me to clean your room. You're not very flirty toward me like you are with the other guys. You seem weirdly comfortable around me.
You pay more attention than I would have thought. Hey, are you interested in me? You know, interested.
What? No, it just seemed weird, and I was curious.
I'm kidding. It's true that I do find you quite a convenient little helper at times. It's like you're... how to put it? You're like a little brother to me.
Really? That's not exactly a compliment.
No, but it's true. And now that I've thought about it, I like the whole idea. Why don't you try calling me Big Sis and see how it feels?
No, that's not gonna happen.
Why not?
I'm embarrassed just thinking about it.
Oh, come on. It's just a goof. You can manage it at least once, can't you? Please? Oh, I know. If you do it, I'll stop using you for my chores. How's that sound?
That's an enticing offer. Fine. Once. Big Sis.
Well,
Well done, Caspar. You're such a cute little boy. I'm proud to have you as a sibling.
I'm not cute, and I'm not little. How would you feel if I made you call me Big Bro?
Oh? Well, I wouldn't mind that at all. Big bro. Is something wrong, big bro?
Oh, this is the worst.
Caspar, that equipment is new. It is suiting. It suits you.
Oh, right. Thanks.
You get more strength each day. I do not want to be falling behind.
I'm impressed with how much stronger you've gotten too. More than I have.
No, Caspar, you are impressing to me. I want to be training with you.
Just hold on, Petra.
What is wrong?
It's your attitude. How can you act so casual around me? My father killed your father. You shouldn't be able to stand the sight of me. You actually hate me, right? That's fine. I can take it. I completely understand. Just be honest. Give it to me straight. If our roles were reversed, I don't think I'd be able to forgive you. I don't understand how you could just...
You are not the one who did the killing, Caspar. Our parents had conflict, but we are not them. I have no worry about it. You should not either.
I don't need to worry? Impossible! I don't think I'll ever be...
You must. If not, the conflict will keep carrying on. If children cannot forgive, it will not ever have an ending. Is that what you are wanting?
Well, of course not.
Please, give it some thinking. I will be leaving now.
Hello, Bern. Oh no, what did I do this time? Did I offend you? Is this your revenge? No, not at all. I just want to talk. If you promise not to resort to violence, I'll do whatever you want. Bern, I've just been worried about you, that's all. When I said I was your friend, you ran away, saying something about your father. Remember?
Vaguely?
I know you've lived through some bad times. If you could tell me about it, maybe I could help?
Oh, I don't know.
Please. Your father's not here now. Whatever it is, you're safe to tell me.
All right. My parents told me never to befriend a commoner. They said commoners are scum, and that they'd crush any that tried to come near me.
Hang on, scum? They called me... commoners. They called us scum?
Yeah, but once, a long time ago, I did secretly make friends with one. A boy. When my father found out about him, he disappeared the very next day. I heard he was found beaten half to death. I never saw him again. Since then, I've been terrified of making friends with anyone, commoners especially.
I never knew that kind of thing really happened. You hear stories, sure, but... Oh, Bern, I'm so sorry. I'm proud to be your commoner friend.
Dorothea!
Hey now, relax. There's nothing to bawl about. If your dad tried to beat me up, I'd return the favor and then some.
Return the favor?
When I was in the opera, you better believe I had run-ins with the most wicked, terrible men. I survived kidnappings, attempted murders, all kinds of stuff. But you know what? I broke those guys' arms. Snap! It was a thank you for all the trouble they went through trying to hurt me.
You're incredible, Dorothea.
So, now that you know I can defend myself, can we be friends, Bern?
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Hunting? Really? There's no way I can do this. Goddess, why couldn't I have stayed in today?
Bernadetta, is this a trouble you are having? I heard that the duty to hunt is yours today.
The duties all got assigned while I was holed up in my room.
Do not be worrying. I can show you the way to hunt well.
Oh, okay then.
When you see a beast, you are thinking of it as an enemy. That is how prey thinks. You must think of the beasts as food. That is how the hunter thinks.
So it's not an enemy, it's food. But, how is it food when it's still alive?
You pick the vegetables from the field. Those have life too. It is the same. You take a blade in your hand and take the lives of the vegetables. You cut their stalks and harvest without mercy. They do not scream, but you are still their killer.
Killer?
Fruit ripens and falls to the ground. The seeds sprout and a new life is born. That is life's cycle. It has cruelty, yes, but you must end life to eat. You must be killing to be living.
Maybe, but I don't know if I want to be some kind of vegetable murderer.
It is the same for rabbits, deer, pheasants. The only difference being that they cannot cry out. You must do what you must do to be living in this world. It is your task.
A task? Yes, just a task. A completely mindless task.
Feel it. There, in the grass. Prey is moving, just like a vegetable in the wind. Give it an arrow, just like you would give a vegetable a blade. It is just your task.
Right. That makes sense. It's just like cutting a stem.
You are now a hunter. You have learned how to hunt.
I am? I have? Oh, good! What a relief.
You have understanding now, I can tell.
Great! Leave it to me. I'll hunt down my prey just like their vegetables.
I have belief in you.
Aw, thanks, Petra. I can do this. Make way for Huntmaster Bernie!
Have luck, Bernie.
Ow! What? No! Stay back! I'm sorry, Mr. Rabbit, I didn't mean it! Why are you the one chasing me?
Dorothea, I want to be asking you a question.
Oh, please do.
Why have you come to Garreg Mach? Is your goal different from the rest?
Yes, I suppose. Everyone here is an heir or an heiress, but not me. I'm just a commoner. When I enrolled in the Officers' Academy, I was different than everyone else. I wanted to secure my future, and my big idea was to marry money. Ever since, I've been dating different, terribly well-to-do men, searching for a good one. So far, there's been no reason for a second date.
Marrying money? That is not sounding like a good idea. Money would be a bad husband.
Pretty much.
But you treat me well. I have so much gratitude. Well, why do you show me such friendliness when I am not money?
Oh, no, Petra. This isn't like that. I like spending time with friends. It's wonderful being friends with you. And I hope we can stay close for a long time to come.
Yes, I have that hope too. But I have also been thinking of who is good for me.
Oh, I see.
And still I am thinking we should be friends.
Oh, I know why. Because we're both trouble for Imperial nobility.
Yes, we both have troubles.
Feels nice, doesn't it? Knowing that together we can irritate that many people.
Since we've already got a lot in common, let's get to know each other better, shall we?
Oh, this is pointless! My head's about to split in two!
Wow, Balthus, what's with you, friend? Never seen you so deep in thought. Next thing I know, snow will be dumping out of the sky here in Abyss.
Shut your trap! I'm driving myself crazy over here. Got a lot on my mind, okay?
Like?
Ah, fine. You know how I never got any stories out of you the other day?
How could I forget? I won every last round. It was clear that both Lady Luck and the goddess herself had given up on you. Your powers of deliberation weren't any help either.
You caught me off my stride, got it? But it was clear I'd never win a story from you, so I went digging.
Uh-huh.
I was especially curious about that crest of yours, so I went rifling around for a lead. I got to thinking.
You must have time on your hands if you're spending it thinking. Well, let's hear it.
There's a story they tell where my mom grew up. Long ago, the village got in a squabble with some folks looking to conquer the place. A village elder gave some holy red stuff to their wounded soldiers. Some kind of liquid, who knows? After she did that, some of them made a complete recovery, against all odds. The rest of them were changed, but not for the better. They up and vanished before long.
And then?
Crests suddenly manifested for the ones who survived. They weren't inherited or gifted by the goddess. It's a real thinker, yeah? A real thinker.
Near death but survived, despite all odds. Wait, the elder whom my mom saved. Could he have used something similar? No, it can't be. Yet, something here is unsettling in its familiarity.
Hit the mark, did I?
I don't know whether you hit the mark or missed it entirely, but your story was a cute one, regardless. The truth is, I've been trying to sort out who I am, and, well, I haven't been successful in it. I don't even know whether my mother is truly my birth mother, or why it is I have this crest. At this point, I have nothing but speculations. Maybe I'll sink into my grave without ever knowing the truth.
Lots of things in life don't have an answer. Just pick the story you like best and run with it. That's better than finding out a truth you can't live with. You can really mess your head up like that.
Damn it, you're right. To think that something so trivial could bother someone like me.
Look who's a quick learner. Thinking too much will sap your energy, pal. I avoid it whenever possible. In fact, it's been ages since I last thought so deeply. My head is really hurting now. But if that old legend is true, what was that holy red stuff? What happened to the vanished soldiers? Once I start thinking about all that, I keep going round and round in my head. And then it's dawn. And then it's nightfall. And then it's dawn again. And...
Hey, Balthus?
Let me at him! Oh. Not a fight then. That's what I get for overusing the old noggin.
You damn fool. Hey, shady lady. I see you're working into the wee hours.
I have asked you before not to refer to me that way.
Right, whatever, sorry. Anyway, what kind of bizarre spells are you weaving?
An excellent question. It's a brand of spellcraft many have dreamed of, but none have achieved. A revolution in magical theory.
Revolutionary spellwork, huh?
Steel yourself for this. The working transforms leather boots into licorice! The old serviceable shape with a new, sweeter taste.
Huh. That's certainly something. I'm sure you'll ravage the economy with this one. So, why boots precisely?
I was inspired by your suggestion that licking the nobility's boots would fulfill my dream. I went to my chambers to discreetly taste my own boots. They were less appetizing than I had hoped. The thought of licking boots day in and day out was revolting, but then I thought, what if? Tonguing licorice boots rather than leather ones would make the whole ordeal much more palatable. This is no run-of-the-mill penny ante black magic. This is something new. Black licorice magic. I could lick the boots of 100 nobles if they all tasted so scrumptious as licorice.
Are you some kind of damn fool?
The common mind often has difficulty distinguishing between genius and idiocy. You set me the challenge of licking boots, and I would say that I have risen to it ably.
Correct. I told you to do that. But I think you took what I said just a bit too literally.
Then how did you mean it? Does the licking not count if the licker enjoys it?
It's mostly something you do by way of acting subservient. I'd even lick the mud from your boots, my lord. Get it?
What? Are there nobles so depraved that they would take satisfaction in such a thing?
There sure are. I've licked a boot or 3 in my day.
Indeed? Oh, did it not turn your stomach?
Well, of course it did. There's hardly any dignity in boot licking. Talking to you is truly entertaining. You're a special kind of strange. I've known many a noble in my life, but none like you. I was just dealing with a bunch of them, so the difference seems especially stark. Though, I guess you're not technically a noble at this point, are you?
You were dealing with nobles in the dead of night? Wait, what? Did you just call me strange?
Oof, I'm exhausted. Better go hit the sack. Don't work too hard, milady.
I did not give you leave to go! Ugh, his rudeness knows no bounds. But I'll have my revenge, perhaps by exposing his business with these nobles. He'll rue the day he loosened his tongue in front of me.
Let me get this straight. The stars aren't moving, but the ground we stand on is?
Yep, we're on a big round thing that's always spinning. And that's why the stars seem to move through the sky. Hard to believe, isn't it? But it's true.
I admit I'm having a difficult time wrapping my head around it. How is it you know these things anyway? If you were a noble, it would make sense that you'd have a formal education on all of this.
In the village where I was born, there were people who studied the stars. They taught me.
A village of stargazing folk, huh? Do tell. I've never heard of such a place.
It's a very well-hidden village. It was a small settlement deep in the forest, where no one ever bothered us. I was born there, grew up there, but when I got older, I felt like I needed to see the world. I couldn't live my whole life in one place, you know? So I struck out on my own.
I always knew you were an odd little bird, but your birthplace makes you a rare little bird.
Yeah, well, pretty soon after leaving her nest, this rare little bird was put in a cage. I thought it might be some kind of punishment for leaving the forest.
What the hell? You think that because you wanted to live your life, you'd be punished? That's ridiculous. Look at this objectively. Was it punishment? Or was it just plain bad luck? There's nothing wrong with wanting to see the world and expand your horizons. Take me. Had I never left that gutter I call home, I'd have gone my whole life never learning how to look at the stars.
Yeah. I left my village because I thought I'd find a better life beyond the forest. Now, I'm not so sure.
Regret is pointless. What matters is how we live right here, right now. You know?
Yeah.
Do you ever want to return back home?
I could say no, but I'd be lying. I've been feeling homesick lately. Nothing happened there, for better or worse. There wasn't much to be scared of. Everyone said the outside world was dangerous, that beyond the forest, all we'd find was an early grave. That wasn't exactly true, but my life was for sure easier when I lived there. I used to spend my days fishing, hunting for pretty flowers, running around for no reason.
A rare occurrence indeed.
What is?
Seeing you smile in that way. You're always so, I don't know, neutral?
That's not true. I smile when there's something to smile about. It's strange though. When I'm talking to you, I can't help but let my guard down. I don't like to discuss where I came from, but with you, I feel like I can open up. You know, I've been thinking a lot about my mom and dad lately. I wonder, are they even alive?
Yes, it's decided. This meat is the best meat. Although the other inn has pretty great offerings as well.
Ah, if it isn't Ingrid. What are you up to in a place like this?
Yuri, I could ask you the same.
I'm just out to send a little money to my family. Gotta help however I can, you know?
Oh, that's very nice of you. Forgive my tone earlier. You truly set a noble example.
Right. Anyhow, looked like I interrupted you. You nearly choked on that wad of meat you were gnawing on.
Right. That is true, I suppose. You know,
What is it you're mumbling about?
Nothing. Anyway, you once worked for House Rowe, didn't you? 4 years ago, when I visited Count Rowe at his castle, I swore I saw you by his side.
Quite the sharp memory you have. You aren't mistaken. I was staying there then, yes. I had been adopted by the Count.
Oh? Come to think of it, I thought I'd heard something like that. That the Count had adopted a distant relative of his. A young man whose future was both bright and promising. So, that was you?
Yep. Although now, I'm nothing more than a distant stranger to him. Our ties were severed a while ago. He helped me out by getting me into the academy. It wasn't long after that that we started having all sorts of disagreements. What the hell were you doing visiting House Rowe anyhow?
Yes. That. How to put it? It was to help clean up after a friend.
Ah, you speak of Sylvain. That must have been quite the mess you were cleaning up. Back to the point. What are you doing out here? Do you frequent this area often?
Mind your business, won't you? I just like to go for walks, get fresh air, that sort of thing.
Easy now. I'm not interrogating you. Really, I just wanted to warn you that it isn't so safe here in the evenings. You'll want to be on your guard.
I thank you for your concern, but I assure you I can handle myself.
Noted. Oh yeah, the innkeeper also wanted me to thank you. He wanted to thank you for being such an enthusiast for the food he sells. Seemed pretty happy about it.
Is that so? How very... Well, I'd better be off.
Seems she doesn't want anyone seeing her with a face full of food. Too late.
What's all this? Ha! I knew it! Would you look at that? It's gold! Some poor sap just left it here for me to find. Ha! I'll be taking this then.
You think the whole world is your collection jar. Unbelievable.
Sorry about that. Look, I feel awful. Please don't twist up your face like you're suppressing a disappointed sigh. How about I use this gold to buy you something nice? A sweet treat, perhaps? Yeah?
I don't eat contraband sweets. Are you trying to get me locked up again? Give back the money or don't. It's none of my business. Either way, keep me out of it.
As you wish, milady. Straight to the fun fund it goes. Drinks don't buy themselves, unfortunately.
That might make for a fun night or two. But what about all the money you owe? If you're going to keep this, you should apply it to your debts before a bounty hunter gets a hold of you.
This gold wouldn't even make a dent, it's chump change. Better to drink it than waste it. In any case, when I'm dead, I'm dead. When that happens, none of this will matter anymore. I'm not gonna worry about what I can't control. I've got better uses for this gold in the meantime.
I don't understand how you can be so reckless. It's as though you want to get killed. Meanwhile, if I lose control for even a moment, monsters will eat me for dinner.
Hearing you say that so casually feels like a bad omen. It's unsettling, that's for sure.
Sorry, is that too morbid for you? You just told me when I'm dead, I'm dead.
And it's true. For me, not for you.
And why is that?
Because all of this mess I'm drowning in is my own fault. Every bit of it. You can't say the same. I'm in trouble because I borrowed, drank, and fought too much. All my own choices. That means it's on me to take responsibility and accept the inevitable outcome.
So, since it's in my control to keep the size at bay, I don't get to relax ever?
Not quite. I'm saying that it isn't your fault, so you shouldn't have to bear that burden alone.
That's a nice sentiment, but people are hardly lining up to share this burden with me. Talk is cheap. Everyone knows it's all over the instant I sigh.
Huh. I have a habit of not saying the right thing to her. Not much I can do about... Hey! It's more gold! Go ahead and join your buddies in my pocket, pal.
Thank you for going to such lengths to come see me, Hapi.
I live here, so it's not like I had to travel a long way. Do you need me for something, Coco?
Need might be an exaggeration.
Good, because I was just headed to bed. It's nearly sunset. Have a good night.
Wait, no. Just because I don't need you for anything doesn't mean you may go. Need isn't quite it precisely. How to broach the subject nicely.
Nice rhyme. Are you dabbling in poetry now?
Don't be daft. Anyway, I need you for something.
You could have just said that from the start. So you want me to drink whatever this is?
It's how I intend to show my gratitude for all the things you do for me.
Right. Everything I do for you. Such as... what exactly?
Oh, you know, the pastries, the dried meats, sharing your fruits.
Oh, like when we ate those currants and you got juice all over your face.
Must you bring that up every time? It took me hours to get the stains out of my favorite fan.
I thought it was funny. So, what's this drink you gave me? It smells good, but it looks weird.
It's all the rage amongst the elite now. They call it coffee. It's derived from rare Dagdan beans, which are roasted, ground, and then boiled over water.
That's a lot of effort to make hot bean water. Nobles find such inventive ways to waste time.
Hold your criticism until you've tasted it. And taste it quickly, please. This is a beverage that one must drink hot.
All right, I guess.
Well, your verdict?
Whoa. This is not what I expected. It kind of tastes like mud, but also it's delicious and I never want to stop drinking it.
Exactly my reaction! The flavor is so striking that one trembles for more!
All gone. Got more?
Indeed I do not! The coffee bean, as I mentioned, is rare and thus expensive. They are not easy to procure. Though, if I could restore House Nouvelle to its former glory, I might have means to acquire more.
On second thought, never mind. You don't have to go to all that trouble.
Oh, but I was going to restore my house anyway. It just may be some time until my finances improve.
How about we go to the woods and find some fruit trees like we did the other day? Fresh fruit might not be as fancy as coffee, but it's good enough for me. Come on.
If that's all you desire, I think I can indulge you. To the orchards!
Alright, that should have been all the supports for now. So let's advance the week before we end the episode. Instruct manually. Let's start teaching. Now remember to actually put your points into flying, because I accidentally put it into horse. Or, no way.
You're laying it on a little thick.
Oh no, you are horse. It's, yeah, it's the other one I want to focus on. Flying. Always get the two mixed up.
My efforts bear fruit at last.
Yuri, let's work on your faith.
Thanks for the tips. Thanks for the tips. Can't say I'm surprised.
Give him praise.
Sing my praises again.
And thanks to Sana we took in, he's getting a boost in what I'm teaching.
I got it right? Phew. I'd never have learned this back in my room.
Give you praise.
Thanks. That's reassuring.
Who should I teach next? Perfect.
Of understanding. You are giving me praise? I will get more soon. Your guidance was greatly useful.
It was a C+ now.
I am closing in on expertise. You have my thanks for your support. You have my thanks for your support.
Big nuts.
One step closer to mastery. The battlefield has much to teach.
Perfect.
Flattery will get you nowhere. all in hand. Perhaps I've been well taught.
Alright, group tasks. You on flying detail. In the lecture.
I have a question.
No, sometimes ordinary girl can be more popular than exceptional beauty. Or how with aristocrats, some prefer a discount when they could have a duke instead. What do you think? What was... I think it's fancy... Knowing her, I think it's fancy meals are boring if you eat them every day.
Impressive. You know, you're a really good teacher.
Professor?
Why, yes. It's Yuri's birthday.
You asked me here for a reason, yeah? Well, at the very least, this should be interesting. You've got some refined taste. This is my favorite tea. Thanks. Tasty.
Nope, he doesn't like that.
That's so.
Really?
Got it. Nailed it.
Keeping a bit safe, I know for a fact you like that.
The sunlight is cloying. I prefer hanging out in the shadows.
Oh, come on!
Cool. Thanks for the treat, friend. Let's do this again sometime, yeah?
I love the tea time thing, but I also hate it because I'm not that good at it.
Constance, do you think you'll be able to work in your present condition?
Let us hope that I prove no barrier to accomplishing our given task.
Indeed. Let's just get through this as best we can, shall we?
This isn't indicative of my true capabilities. It so happens that I was somewhat off form today.
I am well aware of your capabilities, so perhaps you could refrain from using your magic, at least while we're indoors?
Seems simple enough.
I'm a quick study.
Ah, I finally get it!
Alright, so we'll end the episode off here. In the next episode, we're going to be going into battle. So if you enjoyed this episode, do like the videos, it helps tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts of this episode. And share the videos, that way more people can discover my content, help the channel grow. And I'll see you all next time. Later.